The Navy thought they were going to get away with this one, but anyone who has been trained in psychological operations knows, not just myself, anyone, how you can take one subject and simply flip over the concept into a different one while maintaining the same mindset. Now, this article, where they're talking about how Navy ships use 23 different steering systems and simpler systems are needed, what they're trying to get you to believe is that, oh, well, of course, this was the problem. It's so complicated for all of the Navy sailors. How could they keep that all straight? Of course, this was an accident, the Fitzgerald and McCain. With not actually saying Fitzgerald and McCain, that's what they're trying to do here. But in this, if you think about it logically, you will realize, oh my God, it could not possibly have been an accident. Do you know why? Because we don't see this problem anywhere else in the Navy. We don't see it aboard aircraft carriers. We don't see it aboard frigates. We don't see it aboard submarines. We don't see it aboard any other ship. And not only do we not see it aboard any other ship, we don't see it in any other fleet. And not only do we not see it in any other fleet, we don't even see it in the 7th Fleet now. They haven't had a chance to retrain all of their sailors since this happened a year ago. How all of a sudden did it just magically go away? The problem. And why did we see no manifestations of the problem anywhere? Not at Pearl, not on the West Coast, not in the 4th Fleet for sure, nowhere in Europe, no event, anything remotely like this. See, they don't want you to think about that. About the thousands and thousands and thousands of sailors and the countless miles that they operate these vessels in congested waters all over the place, day and night, and you don't see anything like this. Never have, never will. But strangely enough, the only time this happened in the Navy, the Fitzgerald and the McCain, happened at a very specific place during a very specific time. Anti-ballistic missile destroyers, for some reason, lost their ability to just navigate the water while North Korea was launching missile after missile, exploding nuclear weapons, testing anti-ship missiles in one very, very specific region of the world. April 4, they had a test. April 15, they had a test. April 28, they had a test. May 14, June 8th, they fired 4 anti-ship missiles. Literally 9 days before this happened. Then after this happened, strangely enough, most of these missile tests failed miserably. But then, strangely enough, the Fitzgerald goes away. And 17 days later, on July 4th, 2017, North Korea tested an ICBM. The missile flew for approximately 40 minutes, falling 580 miles away from the launch site in the Sea of Japan. The missile, named the Hwasong-14, reached an altitude of 1,741 miles and estimated that the missile had the capability of reaching 4,200 miles on a standard trajectory. This is where we got into the whole argument about Guam, Hawaii, the West Coast, all this. And then, of course, we had the fake, false, make-believe 38-minute missile test, which would have been the exact same flight time of a missile from North Korea to. We covered this in another video. Anyway, if anyone wants to know what that video is, just go to my video page and look for the one that has the word Oahu in the title. It talks about that fake missile test and how it was exactly the same flight time from that launch site to Hawaii as the fake missile alert took place, 38 minutes. But anyway, so yeah, this all happened just strangely and weirdly enough in this little time period. And all of a sudden, when the missile tests stopped, so did the Navy accidents. How could that? What a coincidence. Amazing. They stopped exploding nuclear weapons and firing missiles every 5 seconds. And all of our Navy problems go away. Not in a year. Not since those events happened. The McCain was the 22nd, I believe, of August, and we just had the year of anniversary of the Fitzgerald at June 17th. No other fleet, nothing even like it. So this is the psychological operation. This is what they were trying to do. Trying to take this article and make you believe, oh, I see those poor kids. Gosh, not only are they tired and they're over deployed and they're undertrained, and now they have all of these different systems. No wonder. Gosh darn it, Navy, can't you do a better job? You see, this is what they want to do. Because when you're thinking that way, you won't think critically. And here it's trying to be one of those things like the Navy's going to do a better job. And, well, good. I'm glad they're going to do a better job. Maybe they can do a better job of telling us the truth next time about what actually happened. Now, one other thing I want to talk about today regarding this is this guy. I have been asked a lot, is this tied together? Is this something can be tied together? Of course, there very well might be the case. Because in this particular story, they talk about this corruption scandal with Fat Leonard. There were some guys that took prostitutes, vacations, blah, 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 in exchange for all sorts of different things. One of the things that they took, or they gave, I should say, was classified data. Let's see if I can find it here. Hold on. Here we go. Yeah, classified data on ship schedules. Captain Daniel Dusick over here did that. And we had this Luis Sanchez, and then we had Lieutenant Commander Todd Malaki, Petty Officer, First Class Dan Leug or whatever. All these guys revealed classified data about the schedules of when ships were going to be and where they were going to be when. And when we looked into the issue with the Fitzgerald, that would have been, if we make the allegation that it was an attack, that somebody had planned this, they would have had to know when the Fitzgerald was going to be, where it was going to be. And this would have been how they did it. Now, I could probably, if I wanted to, waste a whole bunch of time going through the 7th Fleet and finding ties and 2 degrees of separation from people aboard those ships versus these people who've been put in jail. Because it's the 7th Fleet. It's Asia. I could definitely do that. But the problem with that is that it wouldn't be definitive in any case. More than likely, the reason the ACX Crystal was able to target the Fitzgerald was because of information gained through the methods described in the Fat Leonard scandal. Absolutely. But to find definitive proof of that, I could probably find you 100 connections between those 2 ships, the Fitzgerald and the McCain, and people who had been aboard those ships and who were in charge of the ships. It's a 7th Fleet. You know, they served with this person who served with that person who maybe they went to the academy together. Who knows? Because this investigation was so wide-ranging and so big and so many people involved over such a long time. I could probably make the case, yeah, but to nail it down to one person definitively based on what you can find with open source intelligence online, it wouldn't be definitive. I could probably make a damning case for it, but, you know, I think it would be a waste of time at this point because we've been able to actually use the data, the actual specific data provided by the Navy. And this story is about the letter of the guy getting censured for taking all of these bribes and corruption and all this kind of stuff. And I'm sorry about the focus coming in and out. I'm not sure really what's going on, but anyway, just wanted to cover this for you guys and let you know that it's not something that I've ignored. It's not something that I was just steering away from. It's just the fact that the ties would have to be there because it's the 7th Fleet. And it's one fleet of guys with, you know, a limited number of ships with a huge investigation. So I guess I just would leave it there, but the more important thing you have to remember is that there's people in the Navy that know how to do PSYOPs. They know exactly how to take information and twist it in a way that makes you think something else other than what you're actually reading without you even knowing it. So we will leave it there. Like, share, subscribe. Thank you so much, and we will see you next time. Thank you.